Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and these are Bretonnian Peasant Bowmen, a staple unit for your Bretonnian armies as, well, you know, it's pretty much your only range and you want to be able to shoot down some flyers or just be able to cheese it a little bit. Let's be honest, the Bretonnian armies are quite in favor of Bretonnian archers. The question stands, could they be better and could they be more representative of the tabletop? And the answer is yes, through mods, which in all honesty should be a base game feature, as I was just playing a mod called Stakes for Bretonnia Peasants. What this mod does is bring a feature which is very much missed from the tabletop, the ability to bring down stakes, which, you know, are cool. This is something that you could remember if you played 6th edition, hell, even 7th and 8th, and it was just really nice because it was a scenery piece that you could bring with your forces, and they were just cool. So what this mod does is it brings an ability for your Bretonnian Peasant Archers, for all variants by the way, where you can summon in some stakes, and as you can see there, it's just a basic deployable. It takes a few seconds just to kind of wind up, and I know this might not sound like the most exciting thing, but it's very flavorful, it's very reminiscent of the tabletop, and hell, even the lore too, and it could also bring you some benefits into the battlefield. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a bit of a scenario. So there's a horde of undead on their way, and we've got a small force which is just trying to hold back as many as possible. The Bretonnian Lord is trying to make sure that his lands do not get destroyed, but he doesn't have access to any knights. And yeah, so we've got the Bretonnian archers in the front line. They're going to start placing down all their different stakes just to be able to hold back the enemy, even get some poxy shots out there too, whilst the rest of the forces start getting mobilized to be able to come as a defense. The stakes themselves will come as an entity, so they'll count as a units card here, and you can see that they've got some stats. They're expendable, they're anti-large, they've got charge defense versus enemies, as you can imagine, because, you know, they're wooden stakes. I imagine that if Creative Assembly did implement them, they would be done in a different way, but this is pretty cool. It's not a lot of HP, because then again, you know, wooden stakes, but it's truly something special. When I first saw this, I was absolutely amazed. I know this mod existed in Warhammer 2, but it just kind of didn't appear in my radar, which is super strange. But as you can see, the enemy will have to directly go to the stakes before anything else, and that slows them down. My archers are still getting some poxy shots in. They're able to do quite a lot of damage here, and yeah, it's probably not the best, but the idea is it slows them down a little bit, and I kind of love this. I really love this. A little bit more HP would probably be a bit better, but overall it's very thematic, and it just gives me that feeling of the tabletop, which is something that many of us do want from this game. Like, we do get it a lot when we look at the armies, the positionings and all that, but this was such a loved feature. Like, I've got a bunch of them painted up myself, right? And it's just so nice to see that here. It's something that really did make Bretonnia feel rather unique. Having the stakes, having deployables to be able to use them to your advantage. Now, with the mod here, they're mostly here to be an anti-large, so when you're dealing with a bigger wave of bigger monsters, in this case the animated hulks, they'll slow down, they'll take some heavy damage too, because the anti-large damage is quite high, and you'll be able to shoot out better. These are monsters which should in theory be able to break me once they get too close to my archers, rendering them a little bit useless, and really the men-at-arms with sword and board aren't going to be able to hold them back too well. But as you can see, they're being ripped apart, and then I can just mobilize my stuff around as they meet up with everything else. Yeah, there's a lot of damage here, and it's so great. I am just a massive fan of this mod, and I'm really hoping that in the future, if there's a chance, if we ever get a proper Bretonnia rework, because we did get a decent one, but I feel like Bretonnia needs a better one. But really, something like this would be absolutely amazing, and if you want to try it out for yourself, the mod can be found in the description below. Honestly, if you want a Bretonnia feel and you want it to feel like old school Bretonnia, this is definitely something that you want your hands on. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below and let's start a bit of a discussion. I'm rather curious to see if you guys think Bretonnia needs to have this as a base game feature. Anyways, sorry for the short video. It's a national holiday here. I'm going out now to celebrate with my friends and family.